Joel, you're pretty busy right now. You got a few things going on in the gym. Tell me about the early stages of Tim and training for Juan Manuel Marquez. I heard he's getting some sparring in with Lucas Matthysse. Lucas got to be as sharp as he's going to be now. How's the sparring looking?
It was great. Sparring with Lucas Matthysse was great. It was Tim's first day of sparring since his last fight, and he has been training already for a month. So it was great. They work real good. Matthysse and Tim Bradley are two professionals. They go in there and they work. It's not about who's tougher, who's better, who's stronger. It's about putting in the work, and they work really, really well. Actually, the sparring was great. Everybody loved it.
Yeah, I'll bet. What's it looking like? I know Lucas is sharp, like I said. He's got to be as sharp as he's going to be. Tim's still getting there for his fight in October. Is it a back and forth? Is it heavy sparring? What kind of sparring is it?
No, it's not heavy sparring. He's working. Mm-hmm. They work together real good. Yeah. They both work real well. You don't see one guy dominating another or the other one dominating. I mean, it's just going back and forth. Everything's well managed.
Yeah, it's got to be great for both guys. And what do you think of Lucas's fight coming up September 14th against Danny Garcia? Is going to be a hell of a fight. What do you think is going to happen? You've been seeing him up close and in living color. What do you think is going to happen?
That's going to be the fight of the night. And all I can tell you is that Lucas Matthysse is a strong, very slick fighter, heavy-handed, beautiful defense, and that's going to make the difference. I think this fight is not even going to go 8 rounds. I think Matthysse is too strong for Danny.
Yeah. What did Lucas tell you about his newfound popularity? I know he came back to America and he's noticing a lot more fan recognition. He mentioned that the other night on Showtime. What did he say to you about how important this fight is to him?
Well, it's every fight, like he says, every fight is important. But the stage in which he's stepping into is one of the biggest stages, and that's why he's excited, and he's 100%. Today he got on the scale and he worked out today like at 146.5 or something like that, and he's still a few weeks away. So he's really, really strong. Today he did 12 rounds of sparring, and he finished the last round like if it was the first. That kid.
You're kind of cutting up on me there. What kind of trainer is Cootie Barrera?
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good trainer.
And what did Tim tell you about Lucas's power?
Oh, he says Timothy said that Lucas has a heavy hand. He has a heavy hand, and he is very sneaky with his punches.
Yeah. And how about your brother Julio? I know he's training for his rematch with Shawn Porter. Is he doing any sparring with Lucas too?
No, Julio has his own sparring because Lucas is a different type of fighter as a Shawn Porter. Julio's looking really sharp. Julio's looking strong, sharp. Today he did 8 rounds. I mean, very busy, very consistent, very accurate. His timing, his distance is just right on point. And we're just closing up and just doing the final touches to go and perform. And Julio's hungry to bring back this victory. And there's good news out there from the promotion that this fight is going to be for the NABO, USBA, or something like that, because they want to rank either him or Porter in the top 10, and it's looking like the winner of Julio and Porter could be facing Zeb Judah sometime in December.
Wow. And I talked to Julio the other day, and he mentioned how the first fight with Porter, he was kind of still unsure of himself. The comeback kind of just began. The new weight class was new to him. What do you see different going into this fight after that draw that most people think he won? Then he got that shot against Amir Khan in England. Clearly could have stopped him, I think, if he pressed the action a little more, and I think he knows that too. the confidence level got to be kind of through the roof now for him. So what do you see the difference in Julio in sparring or in training for this fight than the first one?
Julio's confidence level is real high due to the fact that that the first fight with Porter didn't have the power to stop Julio, and he told me he never hurt me with any punch. American didn't even hurt me with any of his punches. So on this one, Julio's gonna walk in with a lot more confidence, and he's gonna take it to Shawn from the beginning, and he's gonna break him. He's gonna break him little by little. With that confidence level that he's got right now, Shawn can do whatever he wants. He's not gonna stop Julio from coming to get it.
Yeah. What do you think Shawn might try to do different in this fight than the first one?
It really doesn't matter. He could do. I mean, if he runs, Julio's gonna catch up. If he comes forward, he's gonna run into problems. So anything that he can make, any changes that he can make, we're ready for him. We're ready for everything. Every sparring partner that we've had has similarities to Shawn Porter, and they're fast. They move. They get real low like he does. They got a fast jab. I mean, everything. We're putting everything together. We're not leaving anything behind. And September 12th is going to be a night of boxing.
Yeah, and quickly before I let you go, I wanted to get your take on the Floyd Mayweather fight. What do you think? What kind of chance do you think Canelo has pulling off the upset?
He has very small chance.
Yeah.
Canelo. If you look at Canelo's resume, he hasn't fought anybody. Not even half of the experience and level as Mayweather. I mean, let's go back and look at an old Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley, even though he's 40 years old, he's still dangerous. But I mean, against a young fighter like Canelo, I mean, he should have stopped him if he was as strong as he said he was. Austin Trout, me and a few other coaches that were sitting ringside at that night, we were scoring the fight, and I ended up with 1 point ahead on Trout on that fight. And I mean, Austin Trout is not as fast and is not as slick as Mayweather is. That's the difference.
So you don't think the height might have made a difference for Austin Trout, where Floyd doesn't have that height?
Oscar De La Hoya didn't do it.
Yeah.
Oscar was tall. I mean, if you're talking about big fighters, I think Oscar is taller than Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bigger boy.
Yeah.
And Floyd, even though it was a few years ago, Floyd, handled Oscar even though he was bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, a lot of people don't see Mayweather as a young fighter. A lot of people think, oh, his age. But as a fighter, he's not old. He's never been in wars.
Yeah, and unbeaten over 17 years, and he's only been tested a handful of times. Usually he gets in there and makes easy work of whoever he's in there with. 17 years and never been beaten. Where would you rank Floyd all time at welterweight, let's say? Or first, just fighters, not even welterweight. Where's he rank all time in terms of
the best at all times? Honestly, I'm a big fan of Floyd Mayweather. I mean, and I'll tell anybody, I'll tell the world, there is nobody out there that can beat Floyd Mayweather right now.
Wow. So you'd favor
Mayweather is unbeatable right now in the division. Mm-hmm. Nobody can beat him.
So you would make him the favorite over any welterweight in history?
Yes.
Wow. And that includes Hearns. I hear a lot of people say he'd have no chance against Hearns, but that's high praise. What's he do that makes him so great?
I mean, his ability to move. I mean, he reads you before you even throw a punch.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Floyd Mayweather impresses me every time he fights. Even with Guerrero was a top-rated fighter, and he made him look like a low-rated fighter. I mean, when you got a southpaw in front of you, and you can put your right hand through his defense 3 times in a row, come on. I mean, that can tell you something. Floyd Mayweather is quick. He's quick like a cat. Mm-hmm. He'll put his punch wherever he wants to put it at the time he wants to put it.
Yeah. And a couple weeks ago now, they had the 30-day weigh-in, 30 days before the fight. Floyd was already at weight, and Canelo.
But he was underweight 2 pounds.
Yeah.
Canelo was 166.8 and looked dry.
Yeah, looked dry and ripped, shredded up already. How much do you think that's going to affect him trying to make? Go on.
A lot, because Canelo struggled to make 54.
Yeah.
In his last fight in San Antonio, I was there. You could see that he had problems making 154. Now they're gonna bring him down to 52. Those 2 pounds are gonna make a big difference as well. Now, if they try to blow him up to be super heavy, to try to be super stronger, all they're doing is they're gonna make him slower.
Yeah. What? It's kind of comparable to Tim's position against Juan Manuel Marquez. I know Tim wanted to have USADA or VADA testing, and they refused. And Tim's kind of he wants that big money fight. So Marquez could have got that with anybody. So Tim kind of had to give ground and make the fight, irregardless, and just hope for the best and hope that he is ethical and doesn't cheat. But if you're talking about Canelo and looking at his size, if you handled Canelo, with all the money that he's going to be making with this Mayweather fight, would you have signed the contract to have him make 152? Because it looks pretty dangerous for him to make 152.
It is dangerous. Now they're looking at the money. Now you're talking money. You know, you're putting a fighter's health in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Because when you can push your body to a certain extreme, it's dangerous. You know, because it's hard. And I saw that when Oscar fought Manny Pacquiao. When Oscar fought Manny Pacquiao, I mean, he made 145.5. And the day of the fight, he was like at 147. He only gained 2 pounds, which means he really put his body through a lot of stress, dehydration. Yeah. And that can be harmful to a fighter.
Yeah. But there's so much money on the line, and like I said, it is comparable to Tim's predicament against Marquez. You want that big money fight, and you kind of, I mean, you either face the opportunity, and you either have to take it or leave it. And most people would have a hard time.
Sometimes you don't have another option.
Yeah. But if you look at the flip side, though, if there's a chance that he does make 152 and then could balloon up in weight and come in fight night almost 30 pounds heavier, I'm not sure if they have a stipulation in the contract that says he can't gain more weight than a certain amount of weight, maybe 15 pounds above the limit. But if he does rehydrate 20, even 23 pounds possibly, do you think the size advantage might be enough for him to overtake Floyd?
If Canelo can blow up 20 pounds from the weigh-in to the day of the fight, all he's going to do is make him slower. Because he's going to have too much water in his system. He's going to be slow. If Canelo wants to perform at his best, be fast and strong, for 52, he has to be at least in the mid-60s. Mid-60s. So he can be nice, sharp and strong. 166, 168, max.
Yeah. So, bottom line, your prediction is a Floyd win, obviously. Do you think he's going to stop him or win a 12 round?
You know what? I think Mayweather's experience, I think he's going to stop him. I don't see him knocking him out. You know, don't get me wrong, anything can happen. But I think Mayweather's going to punish him. He's going to make him pay on every mistake Canelo makes. Canelo opens up a lot. His defense is real poor. I mean, every time he throws a punch, he opens up wide. And Mayweather makes adjustments every single round. And he sees every mistake. In every single one of Mayweather's fights, the only round he has trouble in is the first round. After that, he's Floyd.
Problem solved. So you're thinking you're leaning towards a Floyd stoppage and a Lucas Matthysse stoppage? You're looking at about round 8?
I'm looking at Lucas Matthysse knocking out Danny.
Wow. Whatever happens, it's going to be a great night of boxing. 2 nights before that, your brother, Julio, back in the ring with Shawn Porter for that rematch. What do you think is going to happen there? I know Julio's taking it, in your opinion. How's that going to go?
Julio's going to take the fight. You know, Shawn Porter's strong. Shawn Porter's strong. He's tough. But in the first fight, Julio and Porter, Julio hurt Porter, did a lot of damage to his body, and then he was breaking him to the head already. Shawn wasn't staying still anymore. He was trying to survive. He was moving, and I know on this one, Julio's gonna do more damage, and it's all up to his heart. If Shawn Porter has a big heart, he's gonna show it on this one. If he doesn't have a big heart, he's gonna have to either quit or take a knee. But I think Julio is going to do a lot of damage to him.
Yeah, it's going to be a great whole week of fights. That your brother's fighting on Thursday, the 12th, and that's going to be on Fox Deportes. Don't miss it. Julio the Kid Diaz continuing his incredible comeback rematch with Shawn Porter to right the wrong of the draw. Everyone thought he won that fight. It's going to be a great night. And 2 nights later, huge Floyd Mayweather Canelo fight, Lucas Matthysse, Danny Garcia. Thank you for your expertise and your expert opinion. Joel, always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.